Hi Barbies, hi Kens, hi cuties. How we doing? You ready to crawl out through the fallout, baby? Oh, this is our jam right here. This is our jam right here. Oh wait, camera. Hello. What's up? What's up, camera? Hello! Barbies, Kens, cuties. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello. How are you sweet things doing? How are my sweet things doing? It is fucking Fallout Friday, baby. Bom, bom, bom. Air horn, you know? I need an air horn sound effect so bad. I feel like I would abuse it, though. I feel like I would abuse the air horn a bit. But, bitches, it be Friday. It is Friday, December 19th. The last Friday before Christmas. Is anyone there mentally? Are we there? That Christmas is like less than a week away. I'm not there. I haven't been there. You like my net? Hey, Jazzy. Nice rack. Cause the hat. Cause of the hat, Jazzy. You know? It's not weird cause the hat says it. No, this is a fucking company in Sacramento. A rack and shelving company. And they were giving out free hats one day. And I was like, you know what? Nice rack. That's a nice hat right there. Plus, like, for a rack and shelving company, that's pretty good marketing, not gonna lie. So, hey, guys, your rack's looking pretty nice today, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be your horns that you have or whatever it may be. Maybe growing some Krampus horns. Christmas not that big of a deal. Yeah, you know, the older I get, the even just less and less about Christmas. Because it's just like... the consumerism of it all sickens me type shit. Also, Albie, I know you're moving king. I hope that is going well. We stand our Albie. I know moving can be stressful even when it goes smooth, so wishing you all the best in that, king. Okay. Jazzy, my love, my queen, I hope you are doing swell. You are beautiful and wonderful, and I appreciate you. Friar Tuck, queen, how are you? I hope you had fun bowling the other day with the homies. Crexos, King Crexos. What is up, homie? Adore you. Adore you, Crexos. No, it's true. No, it's true. Quote me on that one. I know. What? Views isn't yelling at him? I know. Feeling generous today, okay? Oh, you're moving next year. Oh, okay. So you got time. You got some time. Well, good. Good. So brave. You're all so brave. Has anyone told you that today? You all are being really brave about it. Bringing it back to center here. Oh, next year. See, I'm thinking next year. I'm like, oh, he's got so much time. Yeah, next year is literally 2 weeks away, Vives. So maybe, like, get that into your head. That could be a thing. All right, you know what? Slay check. Slay check. Guys, I don't have any Fallout nails. These are pink with like little flowers on them. I don't know. It's like what I had, you know? Fallout nails would be sick. Like, I want little Pip-Boy nails. You know what I'm saying? I want little Pip-Boy nails. Do I still have my Pip-Boy emote? I don't. I got rid of it. Wow, Vives. Wow. You gonna do a whole ass Fallout stream? You don't even have a Fallout emote. You can hear an ambulance, queen. Is that like unusual? I feel like I hear cop cars and shit so often here that I'm just like, is it GTA on the TV or is it happening outside? I can't tell. Well, was that a gunshot? Maybe that's just like USA things. Yeah, that's probably like USA things. Good God. Yeah, I hear sirens all day, every day. Like, to the point where I'm like, is this like this GTA stream I have on, or is it literally happening? Is this it? You know, do we keep paying bills, or is this the big one? No, is that just me? Okay. But, cuties. Fallout Friday, okay? We had the new season of Fallout premiered. Did anybody else watch it? Did anyone else watch the first episode? It's on Prime, so if you have Prime, you are able to watch that shit. You for gore? Jazzy! Get on it. Get on it, queen. Not yet. Guys. Come on now. What happened? Y'all fell off. What are you doing? Responsible things? Gross. What are you out there being responsible? I can't. Well, okay. I have to say, whoa! Wait. Did something happen? My alerts, I thought I fixed them. Wait, it didn't even show up in my activity feed. What just happened? I think Hey might have subbed or gifted a sub. Hey? Oh my god. King shit. Oh wait. Huh? Hey, I'm not. I'm not ready. Hey's going too fast. Goddamn, King, you were fucking ready with that shit. Oh! Jazzy! No, don't encourage him. Jazzy! Oh, you're supposed to be on my side. Ah! Okay. 1. XDDing. Jazzy's a bit of an XDDer. She does a little XDDing. Oh, you want to fight? Jazzy, I think Hey said he wanted to fight you? I think that's what I'm hearing here. Is that what's going on? Flirt? Yeah, if Jazzy's beating us up, we're where we want to be. Don't help. It's fine. We're where we want to be. Am I right? Or am I right? All right, I'm booting it up. Oh, downloading content? Did it have like a update? Why is this camera so jacked off today? Or jacked up today? Okay. You enter my Twitch username to get started. I did this. VIEVES. Save. Jacked up, not jacked. I misspoke. Nobody's getting jacked. Tournament mode? Whoa. Guys, I think chat fights got like a update. Battle Royale. Oh my god. Literally, who said 1v1? Albie? How'd you know that? How did Albie know that chat fights had a 1v1 tournament? Okay, I'm gonna open the lobby. So exclamation point join. I don't know how this is gonna work. Do it again, Jazzy. You gotta do it again. Again. Jazzy, you gotta join exclamation. You can't put again. You can't put again in the apparently. Oh, there it is. Okay, play, quick. I want to see. Okay, here we go. I want to see. Hold on. We'll get back to the Fallout music in a second. Cake's live concert. I do not care. Okay. Put him up, Jazzy. Okay, I will be rooting for Jazzy. Okay? I just want to make that clear. Hey, no shade. I always root for my queen. Okay. Here we go. Fight. Ow! Fuck him up. Oh, shit. Jazzy got the hat. Oh, the hat of power. Oh, Jazzy's feeling strong. Hey's fighting back, though. Hey is putting up a fight. Hey will not go down easily. Oh! Well, that didn't last very long. That's what she said? Hey, listen. Like I said, Hey's right where he wants to be. Okay, don't worry about it. Hey consents. Okay, it's fine. Okay, where's the here we go. The Fallout music. Back to that. There you go. Good chat fights. I like it. So wait, now is this a whole other. Oh, so you can do tournament, like elimination style tournament, or you can do a battle royale where everybody fights at once, or the 1v1 it, like if you have more than 2 people it would eliminate slowly down until there were only 2. Wow. Okay, chat fights. I see you with your little updatey poos. I see you with your little updatey poos. Let's turn this down just a smidge. Good shit. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you, okay? Appreciate you. Hey, you already know. I hope things are going good for you across the pond there. You know what I'm saying? Across the pond. Now let's see. Okay. Oh, that's what we were talking about. So the new season of Fallout premiered. None of you guys watched it. I understand. That's fine. I'll try to keep... Okay. I'll try to keep everything today spoiler free. If I am gonna say a spoiler, I'll say it. But like honestly, there's not much to spoil from the first episode. Like there's nothing crazy I could say that would be like, whoa, these just ruined everything. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah. I watched it. I watched the first episode. And we'll be getting into kind of what I thought. My thoughts about it compared to the first season type shit. It's been a long time since that first season. Evil and I actually ended up rewatching the last episode of the first season just because it's been years. It's been years and I couldn't quite recall. I could not quite recall. The main girl is so cute. I don't know that actress's name, but she is just like freaking straight up cutie. Like cutie alert. Womp womp, cutie alert type shit. Actually, Jarvis, pause music real quick because before Ella Parnell. Okay, thank you, Friar Tuck. Thank you. Queen Friar Tuck knew it. She knew. Period. Pause music. So before we get too deep into the Fallout stuff, which is going to be kind of a focus of the stream today, before we do that, there were some movie trailers that your girl wanted to check out. So, if it's okay with you guys, I'm gonna Jarvis pull that shit up. You bought Fallout playing cards deck because of the series? I mean, do you guys remember when... Guys, a new poly couple just dropped 20 minutes ago. And it looks like there's a new girl on the still. Wait, no spoilers. Don't look. Hey, we're not doing that. No, Jazzy, we're not doing that today. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Oh, she looks really pretty. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. Who's this? Who is this? Who is this? Miss Pink Hair slaying. Like, hello. Hello. We're not watching that. We're not watching that right now, guys. Everybody calm down. What is that title? Wait, I didn't see it. Do you want me to pimp myself out? I feel like they've gotten into these clickbaity titles. And yeah, another coworker for Daniel and Dania to date and not pay. So true. Okay. Movie trailers. There were some movie trailers that I wanted to check out before we get into the Fallout stuff, okay? So now, this first trailer we're gonna watch, I feel like I've been seeing it everywhere. It's like all over TikTok. People are talking about it. So this is the new Steven Spielberg movie. Steven Spielberg? Anybody? I don't know. It's called Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg. And apparently this is hot stuff. This is hot news going out here. Okay, so Disclosure Day, official trailer, sound check, subtitle check. Yep, okay. And action.
If you found out we weren't alone.
Am I hearing double?
If someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at...
Am I supposed to be hearing double? I'm hearing... It's doubled. Yeah, what the heck?
is today's.
I'm scared. Guys. Is she okay? Those sounds are spooky.
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
What's the truth?
So I'm gonna show you.
I like aliens. A good alien story is pretty awesome.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
Oh.
People
Monka.
keep wondering. Encountering the unknown. They're coming! They're coming! They are
Alien.
starved for the truth.
And
Do
then
you
I
think
saw,
there could
hold
be
on.
other-
Then I saw a bunch of conspiracy theories. Hate when my eyes do that. Oh my God, same. Don't you hate when the aliens make us all into one hive mind and then your eyes do that thing? That's classic, you know?
Why
Damn
would
it.
he make such a vast universe?
Whoa.
Yet save it only for us?
Yo. I like the sounds. You know what alien sounds they remind me of? Do you guys remember that movie? It was called Signs. Do you guys remember that movie, Signs? With Joaquin Phoenix. Fucking, yeah. That's a good movie. But it's also a little spoopsy. But it's good. But the alien sounds, here, let me see. Signs trailer. Yeah. It's an older one at this point. Oh, yeah, it's fucking, oh, God, it's Mel Gibson and shit. Now, is it still doubled for you guys or no? I think we should be good off of being doubled, right? Nar. Yeah, this one. Mel Gibson. Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix and shit with the crop circles. This is a classic.
What can make geometric shapes the size of a football field?
What kind of machine can bend a stalk of corn over without breaking it?
Can't be by hand, it's too perfect.
Aliens. Aliens.
So the aliens can't read our minds.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get that.
Some animals around the county have been acting funny. Some of them
Where's the
violent.
scene
It's almost like they
where,
act when they
also,
smell.
guys, the dog does not die. I'm just going to tell you right now, the dog doesn't die and it's fine. Where's the part where they see the alien walk across the fucking road? Did they show that? That part's terrifying.
House. Here it comes. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, the sounds they make in this movie. You know, that's... You don't like the alien stuff? That's hella funny. My evil hates that shit too. Like, he loves horror movies, but when it comes to alien stuff... Ah! Y'all, 2002? Oh my God. 2002? Jesus fucking Christ, yo. It's Jover. So that means that came out, oh my God, almost 23 years ago. Holy shit. I can't. I simply cannot. You only saw cartoons doing parody episodes of this movie, but not the actual film. Maybe we'll watch it for a movie night sometime. Maybe we'll give it a little watch for movie night. Oh, speaking of movie nights, fam, we have a movie night this Catterday in the Discord, movie date. Okay, and I believe we're watching Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I believe that's the plan. I still gotta double check in with our sweet bologna. Oh God, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. And I'm thinking we're watching Lord of the Rings. You don't like spoopsy stuff? Oh, I love spoopsy shit. Give me all the spoopsy shit. I'm a big fan of the spoops, but I respect that. So I don't know. I definitely want to watch that Disclosure Day movie. That looks super interesting. Okay, next trailer we have here is called Grizzly Night. Grizzly Night. There it is. Subtitle check. Yep. When can I reserve a movie day for Labyrinth? Jazzy, when's your birthday? Isn't your birthday soon? I want to do it for like around your... I feel like we're gonna... It's not... maybe after the 29th. So wait. If our movie date is this Saturday... So the next one will be on the 3rd. Is it okay if we do it on the 3rd? My love, is it okay if we do it on the 3rd? January 3rd, pencil it down. Labyrinth? Done. Done. Anything for you, my queen. Anything for you. Also, happy early birthday. I said it first. Haha, I win. I win. But yeah, okay, January 3rd we'll go for Labyrinth. For you, my love. It's no problem. It's no problem. I haven't seen Labyrinth in a minute. Oh, shit! Hey, wait, did my alerts work? Did they actually work that time? Hello? I don't know. Hey! Gifting a sub to Jazzy. Let's fucking go. Hey! You spoiling us around here this morning. You spoiling us around here this morning. Sonic the... Kiss a Homie... featuring Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog. Wow. Is that you guys? Is that Jazzy and Hay? Which one? Okay, which one of you is Sonic and which one is Shadow then? Inquiring minds want to know. Who's going to be Sonic and there's no lesbian sex? Wow. Wow. Homophobic Vives channel. That's crazy. Imagine not having a lesbian sex emote. That's actually crazy. Just cancel me now. It's not worth going on at this point. Gotta have the lesbian sex. Oh, blah, blah, blah. There you go. I love that emote. It's so cute. Wait, hey, you gifted another sub, so you know what that means. You know what that means, hey. When you are ready, King. When you are ready, hit me with the 1. Hit me with the 1. Sexo is orientation neutral. True. True. Jazzy can do the honors. 1. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, here it goes. Oh, Lord, here it goes. Oh! Ooh! Okay. Okay. Jazzy, you get to pick the background color for this light right here. You get to pick the background color. Ooh, so we have here some red, some orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, white type shit. What are we thinking? Your options are here, my lady. Your options are here. Green. Okay, do you want green 1 or green 2? Wait. 2, 1. Are those even different? Scammed? 1, 2. Oh, yeah, it is a little different. 1, 2. I feel like this one's more green, you know? I feel like that's what you were going for when you said green. Is that good? Huh? Boom. There it is. Just for you, my queen. Just for you. It's like such a minor difference. This green is like a little more blue tinted. And I feel like this green is a little more like true green type shit. You see, this is... Here, this is 1. This is 2. This is 1. This is 2. It's a very subtle difference. It's very subtle. But yeah, let's go with this first one. You already know. Period. Period. Plus, I fixed my... I thought I fixed my... Oh, no, it's gonna make it... I gotta fix that. Now it's gonna make a sound every time somebody fucking... The peach! I want a peach. P-E-A-C-H. Peach. Hell yeah. I'm getting in on that shit. I want to be a part of things. All right. Lock it down. This trailer is called Grizzly Night. And I think there's a cute little bear. A cute little heartwarming bear story. Oh, it's a bear. He's just a little guy. Ah!
720, this is Granite Park Chalet.
Oh my god.
We have a code 3 emergency. There's been a bear attack.
Oh, it's just a little bear. Can I just say something? Can I just say something? I've met bears, like, in the woods and shit. They're chill. They're chill. I feel like I can vibe with a bear. You know what I mean? So, like if I encounter a bear, and I have, you just vibe, and then it's fine. They don't want the smoke. They usually, like, well, especially where I was raised, you know, they had enough food. They don't want to fuck with you. They just want to do their little bear thing. Okay? Would you rather be in the woods with a man or a bear? Listen, when I was little, if I'm running through the woods and I see a bear, I vibe off it. We're good. If I was running through the woods and I see a man, I literally would have screamed and run home and been scared. So I'm going to vibe with the bears. Me personally, yeah, why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? There's no, like, no. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So true, Kim. Oh, it's so cute. He's just saying hi.
We think it was a second bear attack.
We can't risk any more lives.
This is me when I'm a druid in the dungeon, by the way, doing my bear things. I can transform into a bear. This film is about that.
Sorry?
Bear did this, bear did that.
The shitty druid.
More of a nuisance
You know.
than anything else.
Oh, don't look.
Quiet.
Aww. Aww. Oh, this looks...
Grizzlies never kill. So I guess...
So let me get this straight. So these guys are going into the bear's territory, setting up shop, and then getting concerned when the bear starts, like, maybe, like, trying to defend its turf a little bit. So what? Now you're gonna go try to, like, kill the bear, probably? Like, I'm sorry. I am this bear's lawyer, and this bear has done nothing wrong. Ireland used to have bears thousands of years ago? Whoa. Were they, like, hunted to extinction? Or what happened? That's crazy.
We thought they never would.
Grizzly Night.
Just a couple throws.
Go!
That dog's a toothpick snack.
Squirt, get back here.
Squirt. Not the... The dog's name is Squirt. Aww. He's just a little guy. Guys, can I be so for real with you? I'm not watching this movie. Can I be so for real? I don't want to watch this movie. Okay? Like, I feel like I'm just gonna be mad and worried about the bear the whole time. You know? I don't think it's for me. But, you know what was a better version of that, I feel like? Do you guys ever see Cocaine Bear? Did you guys ever see Cocaine Bear? Yeah. Did you guys ever see this one? Now, this is a good, this is a little bit of a better,
What is that?
This is about a bear that gets into some cocaine. And,
Beth, we should go.
Oh! Yes!
Millions of dollars worth of cocaine fell from the sky.
God, I wish in the dungeon in Dark and Darker, when I turn into a bear, I could, like, do some cocaine and then be like a fucking cocaine bear druid. I want to be a cocaine bear druid. That's where I'm trying to go with my life.
More of this out there. They dumped her somewhere.
I'm looking for my daughter.
Forest is a dangerous place.
Yeah, cocaine bear. Yeah, it's based off of a true story. It's based off a true story. That's the fucking crazy part. A bear actually got into some cocaine, which actually is really sad. And I hope it didn't, like, hurt the bear. But, like, that bear went on, like, a fucking party streak. Straight up. Like, he just kept fucking doing more cocaine. And then he wanted more, so he'd find more cocaine. Shit's crazy.
Something got into it.
Yeah, look, he got into the cocaine.
A lot of cocaine was lost. I need you to go and get it.
Aww. He's so cute. Guys, look, he just wants to do some drugs. Like, let him do— Oh, the bear's heart exploded. Do you think he at least, like, died doing what he loved? Do you think, you know, hey, check it out. Check it out. There's a lot of ways you can die on this godforsaken rock, okay? And if I go out in a cocaine-induced fury of rage taking others out with me, put it on my tombstone. Put it on my tombstone that I died doing what I loved, okay? Drugs and acting crazy.
Let's see what kind of effect that has on
Look at the bear. He's so cute.
Did cocaine.
He just wants to do some drugs, man.
A bear did cocaine.
He's chilling.
There was a bear.
A bear?
It was far.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
Oh!
You're safe. Bears can't climb trees.
Yes, they can. Okay, that's a fucking lie. Like, whoever, if anyone in your life has ever told you bears can't climb trees, they fucking lied to you to try to make you feel better. Bears are excellent tree climbers, especially black bears. Grizzlies have a little more trouble because they're heavy, but they could get up there. Also, grizzlies can be like 8 feet tall, so they could probably reach you. But black bears, they skitter right on up them trees. No, it's true. I've seen it. Aww. Look at him go.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you have the cocaine. Oh, look at him go up that tree, man.
It kind of seems like the thing that stays with a man forever.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Apex predator.
Anyway. That's Cocaine Bear. That's an older film, too, but I actually, that one wasn't bad. That bear was just fucking, he was just catching a vibe. Like, he did nothing wrong. Irish bears were related to polar bears? Ooh. I wonder what they looked like. Hold on. Now I have to, okay. What Irish bears looked like? What Irish bears looked like? Okay. Irish bears were a unique subspecies of brown bear, large omnivores that lived in ancient Ireland's forests, preying on deer and salmon, berries, and caves. Genetic links suggesting potential ancient crossings with polar bears during the Ice Age, making them similar to modern brown bears, but with distinct Irish ancestry. Yo! Those bears are Irish. Love it. They had brown or dark fur, walked plantigrade on their feet and claws, and went extinct due to deforestation and hunting around 2,500 years ago, leaving behind bones showing human interaction. Oh my god, did Irish people have pet bears? Bro. I want a fucking bear, man. I want a fucking bear. Hello? God damn. Okay, now we know. Now we know. I fucking love bears. They're so cute. They're just little guys. I catch a vibe. Okay. Next trailer. We'll move on from the bear stuff. Guys. Would you believe me if I told you they're making another Dracula movie? Would you believe me if I told you they're doing it again? I mean, I'm here for it too, but I just feel like they've gone really hard on the Dracula stuff. Like, I can't even keep track of how many Dracula movies have come out. However, what caught my eye about this one is that Christoph Waltz is in it, and I think his acting goes crazy style. I think he was crazy. He's crazy in like Django Unchained, Inglourious Bastards. Guy's fucking crazy with it. So that kind of draws me in here. So let's get these subtitles on. So this is Dracula. It'll be coming out in 2026, some point. Let's check it out.
My order has been studying this for 400 years. And you're the first to have captured a specimen alive.
There you go.
These creatures are the result of a divine curse.
There you go. The bride.
What exactly did I capture?
A vampire.
Ooh, mother. I love when they do the brides of Dracula. You must bounce on it. Crazy style. Dracula was written by an Irish man.
For 400 years now, we've been looking for the source.
Why am I blanking on the name?
You are.
Look at Christoph Waltz.
He comes to find his princess.
Oh, there's Mina. Oh, she's pretty.
Count
Look at that.
Dracula. Centuries ago, I asked God for one favor. I will
Bram
fight in his
Stoker.
name,
The Vieves.
but I ask him to spare my wife.
Vieves. Fake fan Vieves. Didn't even know. Couldn't even think of Bram Stoker's name. L. Fucking get wrecked streamer. God, I know that. Okay, I knew it was Bram Stoker. I just couldn't, like, think of it in the moment, okay? I couldn't think of it in that exact moment. Bram Stoker.
He took my princess.
Tell your God that until he
Omega
brings me
Aldi.
back my wife, my life no longer belongs to him.
Pure souls can be reincarnated.
She's so
Since
pretty.
then, I have lived on, waiting for her return.
It looks well casted,
She's in danger.
but it's not Bill Skarsgård.
He's here. Let
Wait,
him
Will
come.
Ferrell? Wait, what?
He's here.
No. No, that was Christoph
Let him
Waltz.
come.
What? Why would Will Ferrell be in... He is Dracula.
If we succeed in destroying this demon, all those who he's bitten
Whoa.
will be freed from the curse.
God sent you here to kill me.
God sent me here to save you.
Are they gonna kiss? Do you think Dracula and Van Helsing are finally gonna kiss? Like, just do it already. This winter, as in, like, before spring? You swear you saw him before that?
My life no longer belongs to him.
Will Ferrell's not in this feature
Your
film.
souls can be reincarnated.
Where?
Since
Looking?
then, I have
Looking
lived
for Will
on,
Ferrell?
waiting for her return.
No shot.
She's in danger.
Oh, the director of The Fifth Element? Okay, I didn't realize that. Guys. Director of The Fifth Element. Now that's a feature film. The Fifth Element. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. Okay. That looks pretty good. I wouldn't, like, go to the theater to see it, but once it comes out on something, I absolutely want to watch it. It's okay. I have a little face blindness too sometimes, Queen. I feel you. Especially, like, older white men. I don't know. They all kind of blend together at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Last trailer before we get into the Fallout part of the stream. Okay, guys. So, they released the final trailer for the next Game of Thrones show. Okay? It's called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. They released the final trailer for it. I'm hoping it's good. You know, House of Dragon was actually pretty good. I liked House of Dragon. You know, I watched Game of Thrones when it very first came out. I watched it over the course of like 10 years, you know, as they released seasons. The ending was abysmal. I was pretty disappointed with the ending of Game of Thrones. I think a lot of people were. I don't think I'm alone in that assessment. But House of Dragon was good. I really liked the emphasis on all the fucking dragons. Okay, dragons are sick. I'm a big fan of dragons. Like, same thing with bears. Like, I feel like I could vibe with a dragon. You know, like if I seen a dragon in the wild, I feel like I could vibe, and then we'd be cool. You know, like I'd be like, it's cool, and the dragon would know that I'm cool. It would catch my vibe. You know what I'm saying? You've never seen anything to do with Game of Thrones? Ooh, would recommend Friar Tuck. Like, it is worth the journey. You know, it's a good show. It's a good show. There's a reason it was so popular when it was on. What kind of ending would I prefer instead? Okay, first of all, spoilers. If you haven't seen the end of Game of Thrones, do not listen, I guess. Yeah, first of all, how about not killing my fucking girl, Khaleesi? How about that? How about that? How about that? How about you don't kill fucking Khaleesi? How about you don't kill Drogo? How about at the very end, Drogo comes back. He comes back and he's all sexy and tall and gets on the dragon with Khaleesi, and then they ride off into the sunset, leaving Jon Snow stranded, possibly pregnant with Khaleesi's baby, and they just leave him there. Cinema, okay? Now that's how you end Game of Thrones, okay? Don't laugh at it. What? I just say, you asked me what kind of ending I would have liked to see. There it is. Jon Snow knocked up alone on a cliff somewhere, and Khaleesi riding off into the sunset with Drogo. It's not too much to ask for, I think. But no, they killed her. They killed the strongest female character on the show because she has to die. Because she's also like Jon Snow's aunt, but they like did stuff and it's weird and, you know, I don't know. You know? Impreg Game of Thrones. Okay, Jazzy. Stop, guys. Stop saying impregged. Stop. So Snow gets cucked? Yes, exactly. Jon Snow is born to be a cuck. Okay? That man was born to be a cuck. I'll say it. I'll say it. Okay? I'm not afraid to say it. Impregged by his aunt, a fate worse than death. Can you believe Vives used to write fan fiction? Exactly. Exactly. Hire me, HBO. Just hire me, HBO. I understand what the people want to see. Okay? I can bring the audience to you. You just have to give me a chance. You know? Let me try. He was born to be with that wildling girl. They had chemistry at least. So true, Albie. I liked them together. I liked them together too. And then that whole plot line fell off. And then the whole plot line about like the fucking undead king guy fell off. And like they're making more undead people, but like we don't really care. And then they pulled that whole ice dragon out of the ice to like bring it back to life. They had all of these plot lines going that were so cool, and they just dropped everything, killed Khaleesi, and called it a fucking show. And I was just like, you know? But like I said, House of Dragon was good because of all the dragon action. That show is a prequel to Game of Thrones. I believe this one is too. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So let's check this out. Let's check out this trailer. It's the final one. Sick fucking costuming right out the gate.
So, Sir Duncan the Tall.
Yo, that would be so scary.
How good a night are you?
I'll see.
Do you know how scary it would be to have your vision this big, charging head first into battle? Men are crazy. Men are crazy. The things they do. I don't know. Oh.
It's this way.
Wait.
Came for the tourney?
Wait. Are we doing comedy? Wait. Are we doing... Is this Game of Thrones? Is this Game of Thrones? Like, are we getting some laughs here? I've never seen a comedy moment in any Game of Thrones thing ever. Or House of the Dragon. It's not... See. I want to see that one more time.
It's this way.
They did a little funny. They did a little funny moment.
Came for the tourney?
Journey is a contest for knights. You and I?
Shit.
I'm no farmer.
Yet you've come dressed as one.
Sir, I could squire you. And you could
Squire
teach me.
unlocked.
Every knight needs a squire, and you look like you need one more than most.
Aw. Got him.
Sir Arden raised me to be a true knight, not with sword or lance, but with
07.
honor. And I swore that I would.
What's this?
It's a hedge knight, ain't it?
What?
It's like a knight, but sadder.
Another thing I'm going to tell you about Game of Thrones, respectfully, there's some nice titties sometimes. Okay, hey, respectfully. Sometimes there's also a dick hanging out, okay? Sometimes you get a little, look-see, all right? There's some scenes, okay? There's some scenes, respectfully.
We're not sad. If I could call myself a champion,
He's going to the arena.
some great house might take me into its service.
He's Irish.
Perhaps even House Targaryen.
Ooh, House Targaryen.
They're incestuous aliens and tyrants.
But they have dragons.
Sir Duncan the Tall. Aerion would like your head.
Maybe the gods figure this is what I deserve.
Come out, little knight.
And so,
Okay, this armor is absolutely fucking sick. Sick fucking shit. Like, it is so good. So this is the Targaryen guy, I guess. And this is his, like, dragon fucking armor. Like, what the fuck? Like, that looks so cool. I want that in Dark and Darker for my arena. I want to wear this. I need this.
I ask you again,
So impractical, but looks
how
cool.
good a knight are you?
Plus 10 intimidation. That shit. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be a knight.
You may be wise to run.
Won't they kill me if I run?
Want to kill you anyway.
That's honor!
Fake dragon.
Deserted the noble houses of Westeros!
Oh, shit. Get
And
some
there
good
are no
action.
true knights among you!
Awkward.
Was that ill-handled?
Right, yeah.
They're going for comedy. That is so interesting. They are trying to take a comedy spin on this. Okay. That is so interesting. That's going to make it such a different, like, feel, I feel like, right? Because there's never been any kind of, like, pause for funny moment, cracking a little funny time moment in any Game of Thrones. So, we'll see. January 18th, y'all. Okay. $10.99 a month. Ain't nobody got that. You've worn real armor. It sounds horrible. Isn't it, like, heavy and impractical and kind of just not it? I don't even think I could get around in armor. Yeah, I don't even think I could get around. I feel like I would just lay down. I'm not paying for HBO. Hey, nobody is, man. Nobody here is paying for HBO. Ain't nobody got $10.99 for that. There are perhaps other ways. But, you know, I cannot speak of it live on Twitch, but you know. There's perhaps another way. Just saying. But we'll see. January 19th. We shall see. All right. Now. Everybody, get your Fallout hats on. Get your fucking Fallout hats on. It's time. We are going to do a little Fallout moment. Okay? I'm cat jamming. One thing that hasn't changed is that the music from Fallout Season 1 into Fallout Season 2 still so good. Still so good. So I was happy to see that. Okay, so I know it's possibly been a minute since y'all have watched any Fallout. So what I want to do, Jarvis, pause music, thank you. I wanted to watch
Season 1 of Fallout takes
a
place
little,
more than
a little recap Is that okay with you guys? Just like a little recap, just so we kind of remember like what's going on. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that I've forgotten. So we're just gonna watch a little recap here and see if there's anything we forgot or need to remember from season 1. I would hope everybody's kind of watched season 1. If you haven't watched Fallout season 1, I so recommend it. It's good. It's like what got me into Fallout. When that show came out and then everybody started playing the game, and then I played New Vegas, and it's like the only game that I've like fucking actually played all the way through. No spoilers for season 2. I don't think I'm gonna spoil anything for season 2. Like I said earlier, there's not really anything from the first episode that I could really spoil. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically the first episode of season 2, in my opinion, was just kind of getting reacclimated with like the Fallout world and like what's going on, like where everybody's at. Nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy. Gotta go. All right, Friar Tuck. Appreciate you, Queen. I hope you have a lovely day. A lovely day. Okay, so
200 years after the Great War resulted in a
safe too,
nuclear
Queen.
holocaust that decimated the Earth. Many groups of surviving humans have lived in the centuries since inside idyllic underground vaults created by a company known as Vault Tech. Inside Vault 33, the headstrong Lucy McLean lives with her younger brother Norm and their father Hank, Vault 33's overseer. Lucy is excited to take part in an arranged marriage with a resident of the neighboring Vault 32 named
she's
Monty.
So cute.
But during the wedding reception, the visitors from Vault 32 begin mercilessly slaughtering the residents of Vault 33. Lucy realizes that Monty and his allies are actually raiders from the surface who pillage Vault 32 before moving on.
He was kind of fine though. That guy that like she had sex with but then betrayed her, he was kind of fine with it. He was kind of respectfully, you know what I'm saying?
To her home next. Hank saves Lucy by killing the villainous Monty before being captured by the Raiders' leader, Lee Moldaver. As the Raiders flee, Lucy resolves to leave her vault to rescue her father, venturing out into the dangerous outside wasteland
hate this
for the
voice
first
that's
time
doing the
in her
narrating.
life. One of the most powerful presences in the wasteland is the Enclave, a fascist faction founded by surviving members of the American government. When Dr. Siggy Wilzig perfects cold fusion technology, which could generate near limitless power, he flees the Enclave with the technology and his trusty canine companion, CX-404. Meanwhile, the quasi-religious military
companion. Oh, he's so cute, little doggo. And I love that in New Vegas, you can have him as a companion, but he can't die. He can't actually die. He's fine. He just goes unconscious for a little bit, but he comes back around. Love that.
Order known as the Brotherhood of Steel begin training new recruits to advance their cause of finding and preserving pre-war technology.
Yeah, the whole Brotherhood of Steel with like the knights and shit, that's pretty
crazy. Who becomes
crazy.
jealous when his friend Dane is selected to become the squire of Knight Titus. But when Dane is injured after sabotaging their own boot to avoid the pressures of becoming a squire, Maximus is selected as their replacement, accompanying Titus to track down Wilzig and return the cold fusion research to the Enclave. During their mission, Titus is mauled by a mutated bear.
Yeah, the
and
bear.
That Maximus helped to heal his
cocaine
grave
bear
injuries.
mention.
But Maximus has grown tired of the contempt with which Titus treats him, and instead allows the knight to die and steal his T60 power armor for himself.
Can I be for real? I like don't feel like I could get in one of those power armors. I feel like I would get so fucking... Lucy is a widow. Wait, you're so right, Albie. I never like fucking thought of that like that, but she is. She is technically a widow. No, it's true. Yeah, but I straight up don't think I could get into one of those suits of armor because I would be too fucking, I'd be too like claustrophobic. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would feel like I couldn't breathe, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think it's for me.
A trio of bounty hunters dig up the body of the Ghoul, who was buried alive as punishment for betraying a ruthless gang leader. Ghouls are humans who have been mutated by the radiation of the nuclear blast, extending their lifespans and making them nearly immortal. The bounty hunters want the Ghoul's help in capturing Wilzig to collect his bounty, but instead, the Ghoul kills them all to claim the riches for himself.
Easy.
As Wilzig and CX-404 evade capture, they arrive in a settlement known as Philly, where they come across the wide-eyed Lucy, hoping to find clues for
The
where her
wide-eyed
father has been
Lucy.
taken. Unfortunately, the ghoul also arrives in Philly and attempts to apprehend Wilzig.
Oh, that's a
shooting
cool scene, the
anyone who
shootout in
stands
that
his
town.
way.
That was a
Wilzig's foot is
good
shot
fight
off
scene.
and
That was good.
CX-404 is injured
Ow,
while trying to
doggy!
protect his master, while Lucy selflessly joins the fight against the villainous ghoul. Maximus arrives in Philly and fights the ghoul, though his inexperience piloting the power armor leads to his
I forgot
defeat.
about that.
When Lucy discovers that Wilzig is taking his cold fusion technology to Moldaver and her new California Republic, she decides to accompany him in the hopes of finding her father. Unfortunately, Wilzig's injury ruins their escape.
I was just checking
and
how
so
the
he
stream
places
sounds
the
for you
cold
guys.
fusion
It sounds
technology
good.
inside his head.
My
and
audio's a little
accepts
weird
his
on my
death,
end.
tasking Lucy to transport his head to
But that's okay.
Moldaver on her own. The ghoul heals the injured CX-404 and nicknames it Dog Meat, using his new
Best
companion
character,
to track
honestly.
Wilzig's scent. They confront Lucy, who loses Wilzig's head after it's eaten by a mutated creature known as a Gulper. As Lucy fights the ghoul, she shatters his supply of chems, drugs that keep him sane, instead of turning feral like so many other ghouls.
Go feral.
Furious, the ghoul is forced to abandon his mission for Wilzig's head, instead kidnapping Lucy and going off in search of more chems. When Lucy tries to escape the ghoul and bites off his finger, he retaliates by
Oh, I
cutting
forgot
off one
about
of
that.
hers. The ghoul takes Lucy to a Mr. Handy robot named Snip Snip, trading her for a
Snip
new
Snip.
supply of chems. Snip Snip replaces Lucy's missing finger before trying to harvest her organs. Instead, Lucy fights back, disabling Snip Snip and escaping. As Lucy flees, she discovers
She
that
went
the ghoul has
hardcore
collapsed
mode.
from withdrawals before being able to take his chems. And so Lucy shows her captor mercy by giving him the chems to save his life. Elsewhere inside his power armor, Maximus assumes the identity of Titus and tasks the Brotherhood with sending him a new squire. That squire, Thaddeus, had relentlessly bullied Maximus
yeah, this
in
guy.
training, and so Maximus takes advantage of his new power position to torture his new squire. But soon Maximus realizes that Thaddeus is a good-intentioned fool who bullied out of his own lack of confidence, helping the two bond despite Thaddeus
self-realization.
still believing that Maximus is Titus. Maximus and Thaddeus then come across the Gulper, securing Wilzig's head by chance. As the duo continue to bond, Maximus finally decides to reveal his true identity. Furious over this betrayal, Thaddeus threatens to turn over Maximus to the Brotherhood. Maximus attacks Thaddeus, crushing his foot, but Thaddeus manages to steal the power armor's fusion core, trapping Maximus inside it, then flees with Dog Meat and Wilzig's head.
That part where he gets trapped inside the fucking armor, absolutely not. Absolute, like, I would freak out. Like, I do not like that. I'm not getting in one of those armors.
Finds Maximus and frees him from his armor, and the pair decide to align to retrieve the head together. Along their journey, the pair forge a connection, with Maximus revealing the death of his parents during the destruction of a settlement known as Shady Sands.
New California
while Lucy
Republic,
denounces the
baby,
Vault
NCR
overseers
life.
for lying about life in the wasteland to stoke fear and subservience within the Vault dwellers. When Maximus is injured during a confrontation with a pair of cannibals, Lucy takes him to seek medical treatment at a nearby vault,
want like a vault
which has a thriving
I was
and
thinking
overly
about like
optimistic
what to wear
community.
today. I was like, I wish I had something like Fallout-y. I would love to have like a vault suit.
Including survivors of Shady Sands. While Maximus is immediately won over by the Vault's luxuries, Lucy becomes suspicious, discovering the dwellers ritualistically worship Moldaver as their flame mother, and also experiment on their own inhabitants. Lucy and Maximus are kicked out of Vault 4, much to Maximus's disappointment, but Lucy proclaims that he can come to live with her in Vault 33 upon the completion of their quest.
They do be
Meanwhile,
questing.
the injured Thaddeus
They're
comes
main
across
questing.
a snake oil salesman who sells him a concoction that heals his broken foot immediately. As Thaddeus finally reaches a radio to contact the Brotherhood, he's confronted by Maximus and Lucy. During their fight, Thaddeus is shot through the neck,
I
but
forgot about
miraculously
that.
lives, leading Maximus to deduce that the snake oil salesman's concoction has turned Thaddeus into a ghoul. As the Brotherhood approach, Thaddeus realizes he will no longer be accepted amongst their ranks, and so he gives Wilzig's head
He
to
flees.
Lucy and flees.
I kinda forgot
Maximus
about
parts
that.
ways with Lucy with a kiss, then stays behind to distract the Brotherhood as she escapes. Back inside Vault 33, an election is held that names Betty Pearson the new overseer. Norm McLean grows more suspicious about Vault 32 and heads off with his cousin Chet
that's
to
Lucy's
investigate.
brother.
Inside Vault 32,
The main
Norm
girl's
realizes
brother.
the residents weren't killed by the raiders, but had instead killed each other years prior during a rebellion against Vault Tech's leadership. Norm is also shocked to discover that the raiders had gained access to the vault by using a
More.
Pip-Boy device belonging to his long-dead mother, Rose. To further investigate, Norm poses as Betty and is granted access to the mysterious Vault 31, where he learns that all of the past overseers of Vaults 32 and 33, including Hank and Betty, had been executives at Vault Tech before the Great War, cryogenically frozen until being
Everybody
woken up
be
to serve as
time
overseers
traveling in this
to
show,
keep the
basically.
dwellers in line. A pre-war Vault Tech executive, Bud Askins,
I would feel very uncomfortable about the idea of like going to sleep for like 100 years. I don't know. I just feel like that that's not for me. Maybe I'm just a chicken shit about everything. I don't know. I don't want to cryo sleep it out, you know?
Had his brain placed inside a robot to oversee the success of this
Oh
operation.
yeah, when he tries to stab him
And
with the
to
needle,
ensure
but he's
Norm
slow.
can't warn his
That little
friends about
robot
these
guy.
revelations, Bud locks Norm inside Vault 31, giving him the choice of being cryogenically frozen or to starve to death. Meanwhile, as the ghoul recovers, he discovers a bounty poster for Moldaver and recognizes her from his past. Centuries prior, before the Great War left the world an apocalyptic wasteland, the ghoul lived as a man named Cooper Howard,
Cooper.
a once highly regarded star of Western movies whose career had grown stagnant. And so Cooper's wife Barb helped him get a job as a spokesperson for the company in which she was a high-ranking executive, Vault Tech. But as Cooper worked closely with Vault Tech, he grew disillusioned by their business practices of selling residential spaces inside underground vaults with forced conformity by fear-mongering and the threat of an apocalyptic event.
Classic.
Despite Cooper's own public reputation
Rich
taking
people
a hit
getting their
due to his
vaults.
association with Vault Tech, the company itself continued to thrive, thanks in part to sleazy executives like Bud Askins. As Cooper contemplated cutting ties with Vault Tech, his wife Barb remained staunch in her loyalty, explaining that her position in the company guaranteed their family's position in a special executive vault should doomsday occur. His marriage crumbling, Cooper began attending meetings with anti-Vault Tech radicals, led by
Oh yeah, that's
Moldaver, a
Moldaver.
nuclear scientist
Moldaver?
whose research into cold fusion was stolen by Vault Tech. Moldaver warned Cooper about the duplicitousness of his wife's work and gave him a listening device to use on Barb to secretly gather
Imagine
evidence
not having
of
a
Vault
pink
Tech's
Pip-Boy.
true plans. With this device, Cooper learned
You
that
know
Vault
mine's
Tech
pink.
planned on using each of their vaults to run different social experiments on their residents in the hopes of creating a perfect society that they could control. And to ensure the necessity of the vaults, Barb suggested that Vault Tech itself be responsible for starting a nuclear war. Cooper was shocked and disgusted by his wife's actions and fled Vault Tech's headquarters, bumping into Barb's assistant on his way out, who just so happened to be a young Hank McClane. Cooper
That's
then
Lucy's
divorced his
dad.
wife, leaving him financially and professionally ruined while fighting for custody of his daughter Janie. As Vault Tech initiated the Great War, nuclear bombs detonated
Oh, yeah,
in Los
that
Angeles,
scene was crazy.
prompting Cooper to flee with Janie in the hopes of getting her to safety. Now, 200 years later, Cooper has turned into the ruthless ghoul.
We never
and the
did find out what
revelation that
happened to his
Moldaver
daughter,
is also
though.
still alive inspires him to seek out answers to the whereabouts of his long-missing family.
Oh,
As
dogmeat,
the season comes
it's
to
so
a close,
cute.
Maximus faces punishment from the Brotherhood for failing to acquire Wilzig's head, and is forced to lead the Knights to Moldaver or else suffer severe consequences. Lucy reaches Moldaver's new California Republic base at the Griffith Observatory.
Griffith
finding her father
Observatory
Hank
makes me think
locked
of
inside
GTA.
a
My
cage.
brain is broken.
Moldaver reveals to Lucy that years ago her mother Rose had discovered that civilization was returning to the surface, but Hank had been installed as overseer to ensure everyone stayed inside the vault, and so he demanded his wife stay put.
What if we're all, like,
Instead,
in a
Rose
vault
fled the vault with her young
and
children
we don't
Lucy
know
and
it?
Norm, and found refuge alongside Moldaver in Shady Sands. Hank tracked down his family, blowing up Shady Sands and leaving his wife Rose to turn into a feral ghoul, while he returned
Feral.
to Vault 33 with his children. Moldaver then reveals that she had kidnapped Hank because the cold fusion technology, which could bring power and security to so many helpless people in the wasteland, can only be activated by a Vault Tech employee. Lucy is devastated by the revelations of her father's sinister nature.
Yeah,
and
your
begs
dad's
him to
not the
activate
best.
the cold fusion to grant power to
Sorry.
the wasteland. As Hank complies with his daughter's wishes, the Brotherhood arrives to steal the cold fusion technology for themselves.
Classic Brotherhood moment.
While the ghoul arrives and fights his way through the Knights to reach Hank, demanding to know where Vault Tech is keeping
Ghoul's so
his
cool,
family.
though.
Hank
He's,
refuses
like, got
to
aura
answer,
and shit.
instead stealing power armor from a fallen knight and fleeing.
Fly
Lucy
away!
chooses to put her feral mother Rose out of her misery and accompany the ghoul and Dogmeat on their quest to find Hank. Meanwhile, Moldaver succumbs to injuries she sustained in the battle, but not before successfully restoring power to all of Los Angeles. The Brotherhood find
What is the
Maximus
point
standing
of
over
giving power
Moldaver's
to the
body
whole city,
and
though?
believing him to be responsible,
I mean, I guess
hail him
just
as
so
a
that it's
hero
back.
and proclaim him an official knight. In the end, Hank flees the conflict and arrives in the city of New
Vegas! There it is. There it is. Okay, so that was actually a pretty good summary of season 1. So yeah, so where season 2
welcome back
picks up is where season 2 picks up is them kind of, yeah, still on the road to New Vegas. Like I said, I feel like the first episode, like there was a really good action scene in it, but I feel like for the most part, they're just kind of getting everything set up. You know what I mean? Again, that's why I don't really think I can spoil anything, because there's nothing super insane about the episode. To avoid spoilers, I think I'm not going to watch like a season 2 episode 1 summary video. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll just let you guys watch it for yourself and see what you think, you know? Again, if you have Prime, you can watch that shit for free on the Prime. So, would recommend. Hopefully, you know, as the season picks up, we'll get some New Vegas action. You know, one thing I'm really excited to see is the Elvis ghoul zombies. Do you guys remember them? Do you guys remember the Elvis zombies from the game, New Vegas? I'm thinking they're going to maybe show that. I think I saw a snippet of it in like a trailer for season 2. But I think that could be pretty cool. Give me them Elvis ghouls, you know? Give me them Elvis ghouls. Now, one of the most interesting parts to me about Fallout is the idea of, see, sirens. Is it GTA? Nope, it's just outside my house. One of the most interesting things about Fallout lore to me is the vaults. And all the different vaults and what they were and what went on in them and what the idea was behind the vault. I don't know why that shit interests me. It does. I'm interested, like, I love learning about vault lore. I don't know why. Like, I'm a little hooked on that shit. So, what we're gonna watch is a video here. Little video here. And it is every vault in the Fallout series explained. Oh, also, guys, do you like my new background? Do you like my new backgrounds? I'm actually pretty fucking pleased with it. I feel like it looks cleaner. I like the coloring. I went with the solid background because I was thinking about it. And I was like, you know, I feel like the moving background, like, after so long, is, like, a little hard on the eyes, maybe. So I like just having a solid background, nothing really moving back there. But I think the colors look good. I'm pleased with, like, the title aspect of it. I think we're looking good around here. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm gonna, you know what, let me, can you guys give me 1 second? I'm gonna start the video. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn my camera off because I'm going to grab something real quick here. So I'll turn the video on. Here we go. This is every vault in the Fallout series explained.
By the year 2054, the United States government was faced with the reality that atomic warfare was inevitable. Oil was becoming increasingly rare, the United Nations had collapsed 2 years prior, and a nuclear exchange had recently erupted in the Middle East, making it the first time atomic weapons were used on a civilian population in over a century. This would lead to a secretive group comprised of high-ranking government officials known as the Enclave to devise a plan to preserve themselves. And thus, Project Safehouse was born. Billions of dollars would be commissioned to a company known as Vault-Tec to construct 122 underground nuclear shelters, known as vaults, in order to supposedly shelter the United States population from impending doom. However, its true purpose was to conduct a series of inhumane experiments.
Thieves Vault win. Who all's gonna come stay in my vault? We'll be vault number 69, baby. Nice. Nice. You know, we'd be the cool vault. No, it's true. I'm gonna keep my camera off for a second here while I smoke. But we're still gonna watch the video, and I'm right here watching, and I have my microphone on, so we are groovy, my cuties. Also, thank you guys for being here. It's so nice to be live. I love you all. All right, I love hanging.
Experiments on the population of each vault in order to gather enough data for the Enclave to colonize another planet. When the bombs dropped on October 23rd, 2077, in what is known as the Great War, the vaults were sealed, thus beginning 122 stories which the Fallout series has been uncovering since its inception. While not every vault has been explored over the course of this franchise, there are still quite a few that have been given rich and interesting stories for us to discover in our journeys throughout the wasteland. So without further ado, here is every vault in the Fallout canon.
Every vault.
Before this video starts, here are some terms you may need to know to better understand the lore behind these vaults.
Okay.
If you already know these terms, then skip ahead to this timestamp.
I'm actually okay with a recap.
or the Forced Evolutionary Virus, was an experiment engineered before the Great War by the US government. It was designed to accelerate evolution in human subjects in order to make them more effective soldiers, but instead, it caused devastating mutations to those exposed to it, giving rise to creatures like super mutants and other mutated horrors like centaurs or nightkin. In the Fallout universe, chems refer to drugs. They're everywhere in the post-war world, ranging from old medical pills to homemade substances that often lead to addiction. Chems such as Mentats, Buffout, Med-X, and Jed are just some of the substances found throughout the wasteland. Synths, short for synthetic humanoids, is a common term used to refer to the robotic beings created by the mysterious faction known as the Institute. While Generation 1 and 2 synths are entirely mechanical by design, utilizing simplistic artificial intelligence, Generation 3 synths are nearly indistinguishable from humans, right down to their DNA. Generation 3 synths in particular
do you want to hear my theory? I think that Moldaver, right? The lady leading the New California Republic, I think Moldaver, I think she's got synth vibes. I think she's got Gen 3 synth vibes. That's my theory. That's my little theory I'm going with, based on season 1. I don't know. We'll see.
Sent to abduct and replace residents of the Commonwealth in order for the Institute to spy on the residents of the wasteland.
Hi, guys.
The GEC, or Garden of Eden Creation Kit, is a device designed to restore a selected area destroyed by nuclear fallout into a habitable environment capable of growing food and purifying water. Each vault was issued 2 GECs, so that when the population left the vaults, they could use it to create a sustainable society in the wasteland.
She captured a vault somehow before the bomb fell. I can see that too,
red scorpions, glowing ones, deathclaws, and the Scorched are some of the creatures I'll be mentioning in this video.
I want to be
all of whom have been transformed and mutated by radiation into their current form. The Brotherhood of Steel have been transformed and mutated.
See this real quick? Hold on. Oh god. Oh god. Thieves. Sorry. We got ghouls, feral ghouls, rad scorpions, glowing ones, death claws. We know about them. I'm hoping for some good death claw action in season 2 here. I'm hoping for some. Oh wait, maybe we can get one of these. An aggressive crustacean, just like
by radiation into their current form. The Brotherhood of Steel, the Boomers, the Institute, the Powder Gangers, the Enclave, the Gunners, and the NCR are some of the factions that I mentioned throughout the video without clarification as to who they are. So here are their descriptions that you can come back to if I mention them throughout this video. And now, let's begin.
Lay it on me, brother man.
Located in the South Vegas ruins, Vault 3 is known as a control vault, which meant that the inhabitants were not subjected to any experiments during their time in the vault. Thus, the inhabitants remained sealed for over a century after the bombs dropped, until a water leak forced the inhabitants to open up the vault so that they could trade with the people of the wasteland in order to survive. All was well for a few weeks until the vault caught the attention of a group of raiders known as the Fiends, who subsequently massacred the vault's residents and claimed the vault for themselves.
Hey, don't point that at me! Oh!
In Fallout New Vegas, if you head to Vault 3, you will find it fully inhabited by the Fiends, led by their chief, a raider named Motor Runner. Since they took over the vault, the Fiends grew stronger and more vicious, and are considered a deadly threat by the New California Republic and the people of the Mojave. Vault 4 and Vault 33 both feature in the Fallout TV series. and because it hasn't come out yet at the time of recording, we know very little about them or their experiment, other than the fact that Vault 33 is located in Santa Monica, California, and is inhabited by a vault dweller named Lucy and her father, Overseer Hank. However, if you are watching this after the TV show has come out, then perhaps I'll make a video covering the lore of these vaults, and if that's the case, it will be plugged here. Located in northwestern Nevada, Vault 8 was originally designed as a control vault slated to open after a decade to repopulate the surface. However, due to a mistake made by the US government, Vault 8 received a surplus of water ships intended for Vault 13. The dwellers lived peacefully underground until 2091, when the Enclave's all-clear signal prompted the vault to open. Upon reaching the surface, the residents would use their Garden of Eden creation kit to establish a city powered by nuclear energy supplied by the vault's reactor. This would lead to the creation of Vault City, known for its advanced medical technology such as autodocs capable of performing sophisticated surgeries without the assistance of humans. By 2241, the vault itself was used primarily as storage as well as a medical center for the citizens of Vault City. Vault 11, located in the Mojave Desert, conducted a social experiment where inhabitants were told that they had to sacrifice one vault dweller annually or else they all would perish. When the vault door was sealed and the first inhabitants learned about their
we gotta make a sacrifice. Who's it gonna be? Any volunteers? We need a sacrifice for the vault.
Situation, they were horrified and enraged with the vault's overseer for not telling them before they were trapped inside, thus turning him into Vault 11's very first sacrifice.
Go 7.
This tradition of sacrificing the overseer would continue as time went on, and each year, the vault would hold an election to determine who would be elected as overseer and consequently killed. This divided the vault into different political parties known as the Coalition of Vault 11 voting blocks. Each year, they would create voting guides for the vault's residents meant as an impartial source of information for who we're gonna sacrifice. As time went on, these guides eventually would become a source of voting propaganda as the vault began to experience a power struggle among the blocks. As the coalition gained influence over the years, they became more and more corrupt, and one year, a woman named Catherine Stone was sexually coerced by a leader of the Justice Bloc so that they would not sacrifice her husband, Nathan. Tragically, Nathan was voted as a sacrifice regardless, leading to Catherine murdering the other members of the Justice Bloc one by one in a fit of rage. Her rampage consequently resulted in her being voted as the sacrifice for the next year, and thus making her the new overseer. In her first act as overseer, she banned the election in favor of a system where the annual sacrifice would be chosen randomly by the vault's computer. The remaining members of the Justice Bloc, fearful of losing their power, staged an armed coup, which resulted in the massacre of most of the vault's residents, leaving only 5 dwellers alive. These 5, horrified at the events that had taken place, mutually decided to end the cycle of killing and refused to sacrifice any more people. They were then presented with an automated message congratulating them for breaking the cycle and not murdering anyone, revealing the whole experiment was a ruse. The computer then unlocked—
Yo, I'd be so fucking mad. I'd be so fucking— oh god, I would rage quit. I would rage quit. That's like playing a game for like years and then the game being like, just kidding, you had to give up the whole time. Ain't no way.
Vault's main entrance, allowing the dwellers to leave as they pleased. Shocked and disgusted with what they had done, 4 of the 5 dwellers decided to end their own lives out of guilt for their actions. The remaining survivor, presumably, left the vault, never to be seen again. By 2281, the vault remains empty, only inhabited by its robot personnel, as well as terminal entries and holotapes detailing the horrible events that had taken place inside. Vault 12, located in Bakersfield, California, was intended as a medical experiment studying the effects of gradual radiation exposure, in which the vault door was designed to not seal correctly when the bombs dropped. This resulted in the vault's population turning into ghouls. In the year 2083, the survivors would leave the vault and turn the surrounding area into the city of Necropolis. By the time of Fallout 1, the vault is still inhabited by a number of glowing ones who act as guards for the vault's water chip if you attempt to steal it. Vault 13, located in the mountains of Southern California, was intended to keep its residents isolated from the outside world until one day, a water chip malfunction led to the overseer to send a handful of vault residents out into the wasteland to search for a replacement. The first dweller, a man named Ed, barely made it out of the vault before being killed by rats. The second dweller—
Ed! What are you doing, my guy? This is literally me if I tried to get out of the vault. I'd go one step and then get taken out by a rat. So relatable, honestly. So real for that.
Named Ed, barely made it out of the vault before being killed by rats. The second dweller, a man named Talius, was captured by Nightkin and turned into an FEV mutant, and now resides in the Boneyard as a member of the Followers of the Apocalypse. The third, your player character in Fallout 1, would succeed in replacing Vault 13's water chip in the year 2161 after a long and harrowing journey throughout the wasteland. Despite fulfilling his task, as well as saving the vault from the Master's army of supermutants, the Vault Dweller was banished by the Overseer, as he felt that his adventures in the wasteland would lead the Vault's population to abandon their home. This would lead to the Vault Dweller leaving Vault 13 and founding the settlement of Arroyo. After the residents of Vault 13 learned of the Overseer's decision, they sentenced him to death, allowing those who wished to leave the vault to do so. The remaining dwellers would live peacefully in the vault until 2241, when they were captured or killed by the Enclave, who left behind a pack of intelligent Deathclaws to guard the vault. The vault was then found by the Vault Dweller's grandson, the Chosen One, who was there on a mission to retrieve the vault's Gek in order to save the previously mentioned village of Arroyo. Once he retrieves the Gek, Frank Horrigan and a squad of Enclave soldiers exterminate the Deathclaws, leaving Vault 13 an empty hole in the ground. Vault 15, located in Southern California.
These are all, like, how many vaults are in California? There's so many California vaults, guys. I think if shit hits the fan, I'm okay. I'll try to find one of these vaults. A lot of them are like 6 to 7 hours away from me, though. So we'll see. We'll see.
Social experiment in which a large population from diverse ethnic and religious backgrounds were forced to live together. This would cause a schism among the dwellers, which would lead to them abandoning the vault, separating into 3 raider groups. The Khans, the Jackals, and the Vipers.
The Khans, okay.
The remaining inhabitants who opted to not become raiders fled west and established the settlement of Shady Sands.
Oh,
By 2161, the vault was abandoned and only inhabited by a family of rad scorpions. As the years went on, Vault 15 remained abandoned due to disputes over excavation rights. Various factions, including the New California Republic, Raiders, and Scavengers, all clashed over control. In the early 2240s, the NCR sought to reclaim the vault's computer parts, but were stopped by a group of squatters living on the surface of the vault. These squatters were secretly harboring a group of raiders known as the New Khans, who they believed were restoring the vault. However, the truth was that the New Khans were just using the squatters as a smokescreen to hide from the NCR. The situation was resolved after Tandy, the president of the NCR, hired the Chosen One to broker a deal between the NCR and the squatters. In exchange for retrieving the computer parts, the squatters agreed to join the NCR, receiving education and essential supplies, while Vault 15 became the property of the NCR. Vault 17 is a vault that we do not know much about. However, what we do know is that its inhabitants were kidnapped and transformed into supermutants by the Master. Among those inhabitants lived a 75-year-old grandma named Lily Bowen. After being exposed to the Force evolutionary...
Oh my god, she was part of my squad too! Fucking slay. I love Lily. I forgot about her. How could I forget about Lily? Oh my god, she was part of my squad too. I had her, and then the doggo, and then Rick Grimes, and that was like my fucking like squad.
Virus by the Master's army, Lily was turned into a Nightkin and can be found in Jacobstown in Fallout New Vegas, where she can be recruited as a companion. Vault 19, located in the Mojave Desert, was intended as a social experiment studying the effects of factionalism and how it induced paranoia and mistrust among its residents. During this experiment, residents were divided into blue and red sectors and subjected to a series of manipulation tactics to turn the two sections against each other. Journal entries found inside the vault indicate high levels of paranoia, such as blaming the other factions for the vault's malfunctions, as well as reports of feeling unusual drafts from the air vents, seeing blinking patterns in the lights that mimicked code, as well as a child reporting hearing high-pitched noises coming from his vault terminal, which was perhaps a form of subliminal messaging. Little did they know that this was all being orchestrated by the Overseers, as well as the vault doctors, who may have been drugging the residents, leading some to experience fits of aggression and psychosis. By the time of Fallout New Vegas, the vault had been taken over by powder gangers after they found the place abandoned. leaving the fate of the vault's residents unknown. Vault 21, located on the New Vegas Strip, housed an experiment which focused on the effects of excessive gambling. When the bombs dropped, 200 years would pass, and the vault's residents would develop a stable community which solved its problems through gambling. Eventually, in the year 2274, Robert House, the ruler of the New Vegas Strip, proposed a game of blackjack, where if he won, he would become the owner of the vault. Some of the vault's residents were skeptical and favored isolationism. However, others were in favor of opening the vault up. As a result, Mr. House tasked the residents in favor of opening up the vault to challenge those who disagreed to a game of blackjack in order to decide what to do. Eventually, the dwellers in favor of opening up won the game, handing over the ownership of Vault 21 to Mr. House. Afterwards, Mr. House unexpectedly attempted to fill the vault with concrete in order to force the residents to move out of Vegas. However, one of the dwellers, Sarah, was able to convince him to turn the vault into a hotel. Convinced of its profitability, Mr. House transformed the vault into a hotel, and by 2281, the vault was still open for business, offering residents of New Vegas room and board as long as they had the caps. Vault 22, located in the Mojave Desert, was intended as a research facility which tested genetically modified crops.
This fucking vault. Is this the vault that was like a goddamn maze? Like, I think it was this one. It might have been a different one, but this one was like fucking, oh my god. I think I almost rage quit because I just could not figure out how to get around.
That were developed at Big Mountain, a think tank known for its unorthodox experiments. After the bombs dropped and the scientists began experimenting on the crops, they accidentally released an outbreak of a modified fungal infection which would lead to the vault being overrun with vegetation.
Pretty,
the vault's residents all would
yeah,
eventually succumb to the
Fuck
infection, as the fungus they were experimenting on would colonize their bodies and use them as hosts, turning them into horrifying creatures known as spore carriers. Located somewhere on the west coast of the United States, Vault 29 was intended to house a population of rich children under the age of 15. The vault would be controlled by a Zax AI supercomputer, which would be programmed to raise the children with the aid of robotic helpers. Not much is known about the fate of Vault 29, other than the fact that Harold, a recurring character in the Fallout series, is said to have originated from there. Vault 34, located in the Mojave Desert, hosted an experiment granting its inhabitants unrestricted access to an armory full of weapons and explosives. This would cause a very gun-centric culture within the vault, and seeing the potential for disaster, the Overseer would lock up the vault's armory. Because of this, the residents protested, as they felt that they had the right to their weapons, and thus, the population was divided into two groups. The first group would escape the vault and head north, where they would discover the Nellis Air Force Base and eventually become the Boomers. The remaining dwellers would be trapped inside by the Overseer, leading to a riot that damaged the vault's reactor. This would end up filling the vault with radiation, turning its remaining residents into feral ghouls. As of 2281, Vault 34 is nothing more than a ghoul-infested, irradiated hole in the ground stocked with all the weaponry that one could need. Not much is known about Vault 43, as it was featured only in the Fallout comic titled One Man and a Crate of Puppets. All that is known about the vault is that its inhabitants consisted of 20 men, 10 women, and a panther. Vault 51 located...
I'm sorry. What? So they made a vault and they're like, yo, we're gonna do 20 guys, 10 gals, and a panther. Gotta get that fucking... Look at him. You gotta get the panther in there. You don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know what that panther's about. Okay? I hope they elected that panther the leader, quite frankly. You know what I'm saying?
Inhabitants consisted of 20 men, 10 women, and a panther. Vault 51, located in the forests of Appalachia, conducted an experiment in which a Zax 1.3C supercomputer would test the vault's residents in order to determine who is best fit for the role of Overseer. The computer was primarily taught by a man named Sergeant Robert Baker, who would advise the computer on what made the best leader. As time went on, Baker attempted 2 separate times to hold an election. But when no one could decide on a leader, the computer deemed elections pointless and would forego this method of selecting the Overseer. Baker would then commune with the AI, telling it that a leader was someone who stepped up in times of crises. The AI would misinterpret this message and begin to produce a series of crises for the dwellers in order to see who was most fit to lead. These crises included, but are not limited to, changing the rules of a talent show halfway through to make it so that the losers would be forced to move out of their bedrooms and into bunk beds, making the dwellers compete in rigged casino games, engineering a food shortage, convincing the dwellers that houseflies were infesting the vault, blaring the vault alarms while the residents were sleeping, switching their coffee with decaf, and manipulating the dwellers into cheating.
Switching the coffee with decaf, you went too far. AI has gone too far. The minute AI starts switching my coffee with decaf, I'm done. I'm done. It's over. I'm out. All right, give me my caffeine, not the decaf, man.
On their significant others. These events ultimately manipulated the remaining inhabitants to turn against each other, leading to multiple deaths. One day, after the body of a dweller named Helen was found, the vault residents began a frenzy. This led to the dwellers massacring each other, leaving only one survivor alive, a man named Reuben Gill. Since he was the only dweller left, he was named Overseer, and would stay isolated with the Zax AI for years. This would change when Reuben found out about the opening of Vault 76. Seeking a way to escape, Reuben would hack into the vault's inventory system and place himself inside a shipping crate, allowing him to leave undetected when the crate was removed from the vault. His plan was to find someone from Vault 76 to help him defeat the Zax AI, and he was actually successful in making contact with one of the dwellers, but he ultimately died before he could return to Vault 51. Currently, the vault is abandoned, and its only inhabitants are some Scorched who wandered inside. Located in a cave underneath a shack southwest of Lewisburg, West Virginia, Vault 63 remains sealed and has yet to have any lore on what its purpose was, as it remains inaccessible to Fallout 76 players. However, this may change in a future update. Not much is known about Vault 69, as it's only featured.
Nice. Nice. You know? You know? Nice. Nice.
In the previously mentioned Fallout comic titled One Man and a Crate of Puppets. All we know about Vault 69 is that it held 999 women and 1 man.
I know which vault I'm going to. I know which vault I'm going to. Okay? Listen. 999 women and 1 man. Easy choice. Easy choice, baby. I know which vault I'm... Yo, Vault 69, what's up? What's up, Vault 69? Let me in.
Vault 69 is that it held 999 women and 1 man. Vault 75, located at Malden Middle School north of Boston, Massachusetts, conducted a social and medical experiment centered on a eugenics program to create the perfect soldiers from young children. When the bombs dropped, all the children's adult relatives would be executed, marking the beginning of the experiment. The kids were taught to fear the horrors of the outside world, and were trained to be fit, brave, and intelligent enough to venture out into the wastelands to help the remaining population above ground. Years later, when the children turned 18 and they graduated the program, the smart but weak kids would be made into scientists. The strong and smart were harvested for their organs, and the rest would simply be executed. Eventually, the vault was opened, and the remaining dwellers presumably headed out into the wasteland, abandoning the vault. By 2287, the vault is filled with gunners who repurposed it into one of their headquarters in the Commonwealth. Vault 76, a control vault located north of Flatwoods, West Virginia, was built to house 500 occupants and was scheduled to open 20 years after the Great War in order to rebuild and repopulate the wasteland on a special date known as Reclamation Day. The occupants included students from Vault-Tec University, military members, and even former White House Chief of Staff. Occupants were provided with fully furnished apartments, including a bedroom, living room, bathroom, and color television, and overall seemed like a great place to live. 25 years after the bombs dropped, the residents were given the all-clear, and the vault opened, to which they proceeded to head out into the wasteland with the goal of recolonizing the surrounding region of Appalachia. Vault 77 housed 1 man and a crate of puppets. The Puppet Man, as he was known, would...
Wait, I'm sorry, we just switched over. What vault is this?
Head out into the wasteland with the goal of recolonizing the surrounding region of Appalachia. Vault
77, 1 man and a crate of puppets. They just ran out of ideas. The rich people doing this just ran out of ideas. They're like, you know what? I want a panther. Give me a crate of puppets. I want that.
77 housed 1 man and a crate of puppets. The Puppet Man, as he was known, would unknowingly enter the vault as its only residence and be locked inside. As he slowly went insane due to isolation, he became engrossed with the puppets, believing them to be real people and hallucinating interactions between them. One day, the man found the king puppet murdered, to which he then accused the Vault Boy puppet of being the culprit. To the man's surprise, the Vault Boy revealed to him that they were both the ones who killed the king. Scared of what might happen if the other puppets found out, the Vault Boy convinced the man that they needed to leave the vault, which they eventually did. During their travels, they would encounter a giant mutated scorpion, a ghoulified vault dweller, as well as a giant ant, which the man named Mr. Pinch. The pair would eventually be captured by some wastelanders who planned to either enslave the man or eat him. He warned his captors that his puppet was dangerous and that he had killed before in a plea to let them go. After they shrugged him off as simply being delusional, the man would murder one of his captors, leaving one alive to lead him to the rest of his group. After the survivor had made it to the rest of his gang, he told them that the puppet man had murdered Bob, the other slaver. The men began to hear a noise as the puppet man got closer and closer to the gang. We then see in the final panel that the puppet man had murdered the gang with his bare hands, thus finalizing his descent into madness.
Oh God, ooh, that's
3,
a good one. That's a good one. Now I want to see a little sideshow about that. That'd make a great, that's a good story. I like that. That's crazy.
To Paradise Falls, a settlement full of slavers, you can find a Vault 77 jumpsuit hidden alongside a holotape. This holotape contains a recording of one of the slavers ordering the listener to burn the jumpsuit out of fear that the puppet man may come looking for it. Vault 79, built in secret by Vault-Tec north of Dolly Sods Wilderness, West Virginia, was meant to house 120 high-ranking soldiers and government agents tasked with protecting the nation's gold reserves with the intent of rebuilding the economy after the Great War. The Vault's number was chosen due to the fact that 79 is the atomic number for gold. In July 2072, secrecy surrounding the vault was compromised when soldiers guarding the site stole millions of dollars worth of gold and ventured to Las Vegas to gamble. Their actions led to a confrontation at the Ultralux Casino, resulting in a shootout with local police. Despite attempts to surrender, all those involved were executed. In 2077, when the bombs finally dropped, the vault was sealed, to which inhabitants awaited further instructions from the U.S. government.
How useful is gold really gonna be, though? You know what I mean? Like, people want food and water, and to not be radiated. I don't really see where gold's gonna go, you know?
However, at some point after the war, a mutiny led by a rogue Secret Service agent named Shorty resulted in a number of deaths among the vault's population. The survivors remained inside the vault, isolated and depressed, with at least 3 agents taking their own lives. On the surface, rumors of the vault's gold attracted treasure hunters who hire your player character to help them commit a heist on Vault 79. Vault 81, built in Boston, Massachusetts, was intended to host an experiment in which scientists would use the vault's civilians as guinea pigs to develop a universal cure for disease. The vault was designed so that the scientists would be separated into a secret sector unbeknownst to the residents, where they could monitor and experiment on the population. When the vault closed, before the scientists could begin their experiments, they were betrayed by the Overseer, who locked them inside the secret sector of the vault. The scientists would eventually perish, leaving only a single Mr. Handy named Curie. As for the residents of Vault 81, they would maintain a peaceful society. And as of 2287, the Vault continues to thrive as it has managed to establish trade relations with the surface, continuously prolonging its residents' survival, unaware of the Vault's secret experiment. Vault 87, built in northeastern Virginia, was a research facility experimenting with the forced evolutionary virus, transforming its civilian population into super mutants, centaurs, and other mutated abominations.
Centaurs
However, these super mutants escaped containment, and they seized control of the vault only 1 year after it was closed. By 2277, the vault is overrun with super mutants. However, one of these mutants, named Fox, managed to retain his intelligence, and if you manage to free him, then he could be recruited as a companion. Vault 88, located in Quincy, Massachusetts, was intended as a testing ground for experimental productivity-boosting technology for other vaults, but was left unfinished, and when the bombs dropped, it turned the Overseer into a ghoul. In 2287, she is saved from raiders attempting to break into the vault by your player character in Fallout 4. Upon speaking with her, she tasks you with helping her rebuild the vault, making it a potential settlement for the player character to enjoy. Vault 92, located in Olney, Maryland in the Capital Wasteland, was led by Overseer Richard Rubin and promised to preserve the musically talented of the U.S. population. However, the Vault's true purpose was to conduct a medical experiment using white noise to implant combat suggestions within the minds of the residents. Despite initial success, the residents began exhibiting psychotic behavior, leading to multiple deaths. To make things worse, the vault structure was decaying, as water began leaking into the vault, causing flooding. As the insanity spread, one of the Vault-Tec employees, Professor Malleus, pleaded with Rubin to end the experiment, to which the Overseer refused. It is implied in an audio log that Malleus then planned on making the Overseer pay for his crimes, but no follow-up is provided. As the vault fell into further chaos, eventually it succumbed to flooding, allowing Mirelurks to infest the area, presumably finishing off any remaining survivors, and turning Vault 92 into their new habitat. Vault 94, located in northeastern West Virginia, was advertised as a place where residents were tasked with preserving the natural environment surrounding the vault. However, its true experiment was to test how a non-violent religious community would adapt to interacting with the outside world after the Great War. The community was run by a woman named Gabrielle Salvar, and she made it so that the vault's decisions were made by a council rather than one overseer. The experiment would be overseen by a sole Vault-Tec employee named Tyrone Hayes, who was instructed to monitor the population as time went on. When the bombs fell, the community was driven to the vault by 2 separate buses. The first bus was able to get their passengers inside. However, the second bus was too late, and their members were locked outside the vault as the door was hardwired shut. After the vault door was sealed, the vault remained peaceful until Salvar convinced the community to open their doors back up on October 23rd, 2078, exactly 1 year after the Great War. The community would send multiple ambassadors into the wasteland until one would come across the town of Harper's Ferry. The ambassador would attempt to bring survivors back to his home by telling them that they had a farm outside of the vault that could feed the entire town. The mayor, a woman named Maria Collins, suspicious of the dwellers' claims, would send a group of townsfolk to investigate the vault. The group would be invited inside the vault, where they began to feel on edge about the community's inviting nature. They would eventually succumb to their paranoia and would massacre the vault council as well as any remaining survivors from the community. After their massacre concluded, they would find the vault's Gek. Mistaking it for a mind control device, they began to open fire on it. This resulted in a level 6 nuclear explosion, which would cause the radiation in the area to surge. This led to the
Wait, everybody stop for a second. Do I see my sweet King Sode in the chat right now? Sode! Oh my god, King! Hello! Welcome in, cutie. How are you? I missed you too. I hope work has been going good, and I hope you are doing good. We stan. Missed your cutie face around here. Your work, so you're surviving. Hey, you're so brave, King. You're so brave. Don't worry. You're gonna be my millionaire sugar daddy soon, okay? I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten, King. I believe in you. You got this, okay? My words of affirmation for you. And today is payday. Holy. We love payday. We love payday. Well, hell yeah. I'm glad you're doing good, King. It's so good to see you. Appreciate you. We're just doing some vault lore, you know what I'm saying? Some Fallout vault lore type shit. Absolutely.
Organisms within the affected area to mutate, as well as a thick fog to pour from the vault's entrance, which would rapidly intensify the area's swampy environment. This event would then transform the surrounding area into what we now know as the Mire. Vault 95, located southeast of Natick, Massachusetts, was an experiment which had chem addicts undergoing experimental rehabilitation for their addictions. After the bombs dropped, the program would go on for several years and would prove successful in getting the dwellers to kick their addictions. This was until a Vault-Tec agent masquerading as a fellow resident opened a stash of drugs hidden within the vault while the population slept. The next morning, when the supply was discovered by the residents, chaos ensued, leading to violence among the dwellers, as well as some to succumb to their urges.
You gotta go back to work? Okay. Love you, King. So brave. Why the fuck would your neighbors start drilling the walls at 8 p.m.? I don't know. Start drilling the walls back. Start drilling the walls back at them,
others maintain their commitment to sobriety. It is not known what happened to the residents following this instance, as by the year 2287, the vault was completely occupied by gunners, who repurposed the vault into a stronghold for them to operate out of. Vault 96, located south of Spruce Knob Campground, West Virginia, was advertised as a vault designed to monitor the damage done to the local fauna after the bombs dropped. However, once it was sealed, the scientists within were shocked to discover that the vault's true purpose was to conduct unethical experiments on mutated animals cryogenically frozen inside the vault in order to find a way to counteract their mutations. They were forced to maintain a weekly quota of data by the vault's mainframe that, if not met, would result in their demise.
Oh, God.
The vault's planned duration was set for a minimum of 250 weeks, after which the residents would be exterminated, apart from the Overseer, who would be permitted to leave. The scientists would conduct these experiments on their diverse supply of cryogenically frozen animals, including a mysterious entity known as X001.
The fuck is that?
By week 146, one of the scientists failed to meet their quota due to a lack of access to specimen X001, leading to her demise at the hands of the mainframe. Blaming the Overseer, a man named Eric, the team confronted him, only to discover that he was orchestrating an escape plan which involved infecting the mainframe with a virus in order for them to flee. Although the plan initially succeeded, the mainframe activated superseding Protocol Omega, causing the residents' deaths. Despite this, the virus successfully shut down the mainframe, leaving the vault open, prompting animals to escape and triggering the emergency management system to call for assistance. In the year 2104, the vault was taken over by a scientist named Edgar Blackburn, who used its research equipment to attempt to create an improved strand of FEV in order to help humanity adapt to the wasteland. He would do this by hiring a group of mercenaries known as the Hellcat Company in order to guard Vault 96 and abduct unsuspecting dwellers for him to experiment on. Vault 101, located west of Springvale, Virginia, held a social experiment which studied the role of the Overseer in a vault that was never intended to open. After the Great War, the residents remained isolated as the Overseer fabricated an illusion of the outside world being uninhabitable, fostering the belief that survival solely existed within the vault. This continued for years until one Overseer elected to break the cycle of isolationism and sent an expedition team out into the wasteland. When they returned, they would analyze samples taken from the wasteland that the team collected. This would lead to two team members, Lewis and Agnes Taylor, to be sent to Megaton for further exploration and contact between the two settlements. Eventually, Agnes would return to Vault 101 around 2258, and the Overseer would vanish after a failed expedition into the capital wasteland. Eventually, a new Overseer named Alphonse Almodovar would seek to return to the ways of isolationism and seal the vault once more. Until one day, a man named James came to the vault seeking shelter, offering his services as a doctor in exchange for the safety of him and his infant child. The Overseer would let them in, and James would keep his child in the dark about their origins in the wasteland because of his agreement with Alphonse, convincing your player character that they were born in the vault. The Overseer would continue his regime of isolationism with only one woman managing to escape the vault. Eventually, in 2277, a rad roach infestation sparked chaos in Vault 101, enabling James to escape. This caused even further turmoil, leading to several deaths. After the Overseer orders the killing of multiple people, including the Lone Wanderer, you escape into the wasteland, fleeing from the Overseer's wrath. While your player character leaves to find your father, the Vault 101 Overseer increases security measures, causing division among the dwellers who realize the possibility of a life on the outside. As tensions rose, Amada, the Overseer's daughter, would send out a broadcast frequency seeking the return of the player to help resolve the situation, leaving the fate of Vault 101 in the hands of the Lone Wanderer. Vault 106, located southeast of Arefu, conducted an experiment in which the air filtration system was contaminated with psychoactive drugs 10 days after the vault door closed. This experiment was known by the Overseer and the vault staff, and they were each instructed to keep this a secret from the dwellers. As time went on, the effects of the drugs began to take their toll on the dwellers, as they began to show more and more signs of aggressive behavior, prompting the Overseer to order a lockdown. However, the deranged residents eventually overwhelmed vault security and brutally murdered them as well as the Overseer. Years later in Fallout 3, you can find the vault inhabited by insane survivors who have all descended into madness due to years of breathing in psychoactive drugs. As you explore the vault, your character actually begins to see hallucinations of characters from their past, such as Amada, the Tunnel Snakes, and your father. Vault 108, located north of Washington, D.C., had an abundance of problems. The vault was designed to house 475 people for only 38 years, the power supply was set to fail after 20 years, and the Overseer was set to die after only 3 years due to a rare type of cancer. The experiment also deliberately left standard positions vacant, as well as providing the residents with no entertainment tapes. Basically, this vault sucked ass. However, in addition to these failures, the vault came equipped with a cloning lab. After the vault sealed, cloning experiments would be conducted which produced 53 clones of a man named Gary. Each cloned iteration of Gary exhibited hostility towards non-clones, escalating with each replication. Subsequent clones became increasingly violent, leading to them eventually purging the vault of its residents. By 2277, the vault is solely inhabited by clones who are only capable of saying one word.
Gary.
Vault 111.
Wait, that's actually kind of creepy. That's actually kind of creepy. I don't like that. I don't like you, Gary. You get out of here, Gary. Blam, blam, blam.
Located in Sanctuary Hills, Massachusetts, was designed as a medical experiment studying the long-term effects of cryogenic stasis on its unsuspecting residents. Once the vault was sealed, its residents would be told to enter cryostasis pods that were masqueraded as decontamination chambers.
Wow.
Once the residents were frozen, the vault was set to remain sealed for at least 180 days. After 180 days passed, there was no all-clear signal, resulting in the Overseer's decision to maintain the vault's sealed status despite dwindling supplies. Following this, a group led by security and support staff rebelled against the Overseer.
Would I want to live in a vault with only clones of myself? No, that sounds like hell, man. Like, I mean, sure, it'd be chill. Like, I would hope my clones wouldn't be angry and try to kill everybody. You know, maybe it's just me and a couple of me smoking a doobie. You know, we're just chilling in the vault. It's vibes, you know?
And in response, the Overseer initiated a lockdown. Unfortunately, the logs abruptly end at this point, and we can presume based on the skeletons scattered throughout the vault that the staff would soon perish after these events. In 2227, the mysterious organization known as the Institute discovered the vault and found that one of the cryostasis pods inside housed an infant named Sean whose DNA remained untainted by post-war radiation, perfect for their third-generation synths. Agent Conrad Kellogg and 2 scientists were dispatched to retrieve the infant. However, when they opened...
Why did they have to call him... Why did they have to mention that he's Asian like that? That just seems weird. Does that seem weird? What? I mean,
Brad Kellogg and 2 scientists were dispatched to retrieve the infant. However, when they opened the pods to retrieve Sean, one of his parents resisted in their efforts, which led to their tragic murder at the hands of Kellogg. After 60 years, Sean's other parent, who had witnessed the kidnapping, would be mysteriously released from cryostasis, discovering all the other vault residents deceased due to a life support failure, making them and Sean the sole survivors of Vault 111. Vault 112, located southwest of Washington, D.C., was designed to house 85 people. The vault's unique experiment involved immersing occupants in perpetual virtual reality, overseen by Dr. Stanislaus Braun, creator of the Garden of Eden creation kit. The vault housed a set of virtual reality pods which simulated a utopic suburb known as Tranquility Lane. Unbeknownst to its occupants, once they entered the virtual reality pods, Braun held absolute control over the simulation. Inside the simulation, Braun would take on the form of a little girl named Betty, and he would use his power to turn the vault's residents into his personal playthings, repeatedly murdering them inside the simulation. Each time Braun murdered them, he would wipe their memory and resurrect them within the program, creating a cycle of torture that would go on for centuries. Vault 114, located inside Park Street Station in Boston, Massachusetts, was a social experiment that was advertised as a luxury vault for wealthy members of society. However, in reality, the vault was designed to be cramped and overpopulated in addition to being under the leadership of an overseer with an abundance of mental issues. The vault was nearing completion, with construction underway and a man named Soup Can Harry being selected as overseer. However, the vault was never finished, potentially due to contract fraud and embezzlement. Eventually, after the bombs fell, its construction site was repurposed as a base of operation for Skinny Malone's gang of triggermen. Vault 118, hidden beneath the Cliff's Edge Hotel in Mount Desert Island, Maine, was designed as an exclusive establishment aiming to attract wealthy and influential individuals seeking privilege and luxury. The vault's original experiment would involve segregating residents into 2 groups, an elite class of 10 ultra-rich individuals pampered by robotic staff, and a larger working-class populace of 300 confined to cramped conditions. The rich would hold authority over the others, with robotic staff executing their judgments. However, construction on the second wing intended for the working-class group ceased due to financial issues. The primary financier, Ezra Parker, stopped funding, citing payment difficulties from the guests. In addition to him, the vault was set to host influential figures such as former Hollywood actors Keith McKinley and Gilda Brasco, a famous painter named Santiago Avida, as well as Dr. Riggs and his wife Juliana. Dr. Riggs in particular was involved in robotics research, and he was able to convince his fellow residents to consider having their brains inserted into robo-brains so that they could become immortal. They all agreed and went through with the procedure.
I don't want to be immortal. I don't want to be immortal. I don't need to live forever as a brain in a jar. Like, absolutely not.
And when the Great War came and the vault was sealed, the Overseer became the only remaining human amidst the Robo-Brain residents. Centuries passed, and one day, Ezra Parker, the primary financier of Vault 118, was murdered, leading the residents to seek help from the player character in investigating who did it. In Fallout 76, a raider named Bruiser claims that he grew up in a vault somewhere on the East Coast. He claims that he participated in a warlike gladiator sport inside the vault, which based on his description sounds strikingly similar to American football. At some point during his stay in the vault, he left and eventually ended up in Appalachia, West Virginia. Nothing else is known about this vault, as Bruiser doesn't give us a number that we can assign to it, but hopefully it will be explored by the Fallout franchise in an expansion or in a future Fallout title. Alright guys, that was every vault.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds kind of cool, but you know what? Hold on. I want to see something really quick. Oops. What's that one? I want to.
While we do get to explore some of the most disturbing vaults in all of Fallout in the games,
this isn't very long.
Some have so far only been left to players' imaginations. And two of the most unbelievable of these are Vault 68 and Vault 69. Each of the vaults was performing the same experiment but reversed. In Vault 68, they were staffed with 999 men and 1 woman.
No. 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 I will not. I will not spend the apocalypse with 1,000 men. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't. Okay? I'm scared. I'm concerned.
Vault 69, they were staffed with 999 women.
That's my vault.
And 1 man. Each of these experiments was to see what would happen when only one of each sex was left with hundreds of the opposing. While little is known about what actually happened in these vaults, we can pick up on small tidbits we see in comments or canceled projects, or just our own imagination to paint a brutal scene. In Vault 68, the one full of men and 1 woman, it is theorized that the men started to fight amongst one another, resulting in a bloody mess, where only the most dominant of each tribe were able to have their way with the one unlucky female. Population growth would have been exceptionally slow.
So it went exactly how you would imagine.
Slow, and any baby that the female had that was male was instantly killed off, slowly leading to the death of the entire vault as the female withered away. In Vault 69,
oh my god, that's hell. If there is hell, that's hell. That's actually hell. Like, I can't. I'm so sorry. Like, that's just, oh my
where
god.
Only 1 man was tasked with repopulating with 999 females, not much is known either. But it can be assumed that early on, the man would have been living out what many males would consider a fantasy, only to realize he had no male friends to confide in, slowly going insane after impregnating and repopulating much of the vault. The females, on the other hand, would have lived a mostly amazing life, free from our bullshit.
And, you know, like, that's just what it comes down to, you know, like, Vault 69. Vault 69, baby. Let's fucking go. Who's with me? Like, I'm out there. I'm there. I'm in Vault 69. I'm doing my thing. Okay, living my life. I kind of feel bad for that guy, though. I kind of feel bad for that guy. But, you know, like, I don't know. I'm doing fucking Vault 69. Absolutely. Absolutely. All the different vaults and like what goes on in them is like super interesting to me. Some enchanted evening. Vault. Hold on. I kind of want to see, like, is there a video on, hold on, looking. Oh. The puppet one, the puppet vault was crazy. Hold on. Jarvis, pause music real quick. So it was Vault 43 had the
Vault 43. Appearing only by mention in the webcomic One Man in a Crate Full of Puppets, this vault only had one thing of note, and that was it had a population which consisted of only 20 men, 10 women, and a panther. Again, just like the last one, this one is a super random experiment. And the real question is, why? What's the point of having this panther in it? Are they just trying to see how long it would take before the panther kills everyone, and or if the people can kill the panther?
What if you could be the panther's
And another
friend?
great question is this considered canon? Well, the webcomic featuring One Man, One Puppet kind of is. We do have the reference to that vault in Fallout 3. So I personally think this is considered canon, but it's in that weird.
I feel like, what if we could, yeah, imagine going insane because you can only be friends with other men. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The ladies were having a fine time. Okay. Maybe they could go get the panther from that vault and then bring it back to Vault 69, and then you have 999 women and a panther. And I feel like at that point, you're doing all right. You are doing all fucking right. You know what I'm saying? Just get you a panther. Just get you 1,000 women and a panther. All right, cuties, check it out. We're going to do a marbles. And then I'm probably going to call it there. A little bit of a shorter stream today. Okay, it's going to be okay. So go ahead, and if you want to... Oh, wait, I don't have to. I can just type it like this. I can just do this. Go ahead and exclamation point play. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to make the Discord announcement about the movie date. Bear with me here. Just sit there and look cute. You guys are so good at that. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to go to my main channel here. Oh, wait, let me copy the event link first. Okay. We're copying link for only this event. Very good, very good, very swell. Okay, so I'm going to say cuties. Oh, I can't type with these nails. Cuties. We have our movie date tomorrow. Tunisia tomorrow. The fuck, autocorrect. We have our movie date tomorrow, exclamation point. We'll be watching the first, the first, hello, Lord of the, you guys are gonna get to, when Aragorn comes on screen, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. We'll be watching the first Lord of the Rings. Hope to see you there. Okay, I don't know why my autocorrect is going insane this morning. Hope to see you there. And then we'll do the cute emote. And then we'll at community nights, because that's important. At community nights. And then we link the Discord event, and then we hit send. How'd that come out? Ooh! Ooh, that's a good Discord post. That's a good Discord post. All right, you got 60 seconds if anybody else wants to get in on the marbles race. Jazzy! Wake up, Jazzy. You're missing marbles, queen. Wake up. There we go. The post has been made. Now, we're gonna play a little. We're gonna play one marbles here. We're gonna play one marbles here. Who's ready? I'm ready. My marble is ready to go. 25 seconds. Get in on this hot marbles action. You know what I'm saying? That was fun, though. I like learning about the Fallout vaults and everything. I don't know. I love good lore. I'm a sucker for good lore. I really am. Give me that sweet, sweet storytelling. The fuck is this? Is this even the right track? I don't know. Here we go. Oh, here, what's our music situation here? Can I turn this up a little bit? No, it's good. We're good. Oh, shit. Why are you guys letting streamer win? Why are you guys letting streamer win? Ah! I went down too far. That's what she said. Okay, we're trying. We're trying. Look at us go. Oh, God. I'm going so fast. I'm going so fast. Catch up. Come on, Albie, Friar Tuck, Crexos. Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do this shit. Oh! I'm so fast. You ain't never gonna catch me, Albie. You ain't never gonna catch me. Uh-oh. Here comes Crexos. Uh-oh. 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 Oh! Go, King. Go, Crexos. Don't let streamer win. That's cringe as hell. Albie uses cum boost. Powerful. Powerful. Oh! Oh! Friar Tuck is entering the race. Here we fucking go. Holy. Streamer in last place now, as she should be. As she should be. Ooh! Look at him go. Look at all these cuties go. Holy. Albie taking the lead. Crexos taking a hot second getting through that there. Friar Tuck falling back. Albie looking like it's gonna be Albie War. Pause champion. Oh, Crexos fell off. 07 Crexos, you will be missed. We will tell your story about that time you fell off in marbles. Here comes Albie. I fell off too. I'm dead. 07. Cringe streamer. Finish the job, Albie. Bring it home. Bring it fucking home, bruv. Bring it fucking home. You go, Queen Friar Tuck. You'll be a very sexy second place. There it is. Albie War taking the #1 spot. Cum boosting works? Hey, you seen it here. You seen it here first. And there's our queen, Friar Tuck, finishing the job. There we go. Me and Crexos, D and F, L. You know, I got points though. Holy. How'd I get so many fucking marbles points? Damn. Have I been marbling? Marbling on the side? Okay, let me get, pause the music, please. Thank you so much, Jarvis. Let me get our little goodbye song going here. Listen, I so appreciate you guys being here always, okay? I know it's a bit of a shorter stream today, but it's so nice to be live. Oh, one bit of good news that I did get, I shared in Discord, but I got approved for food stamps, you guys. You have no idea what a big fucking deal that is for me. Like, that is an extra almost $300 a month of food that I'm gonna have now. The card is in the mail. It should be here probably by Monday at the very latest. Probably sooner than that, maybe tomorrow. But it's a game changer. It's like a literal game changer. Like, to be able to go to the store and get my own food without having to ask for any help, like, it's been a long time since I've been able to do that. So That feels really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. It's so nice to get like some good news. It's almost like I don't remember how to react to something good. But no, so that's amazing. So we got movie night coming up. I think our next stream after that will be, we're going to be doing our naughty and nice. Do you guys remember? We did this last year. We're going to see if you are on the naughty or nice list. We will be spinning for that. We'll do a naughty and nice stream. Then we'll be going into the holiday. We'll figure out what's going on. But you guys are the best. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to eat, okay? Drink your water. Stay cute out there. My cuties. I love you guys. Yeah. Take care. Bye, Barbies. Bye, Kens. Bye, cuties. Y'all are the bestest. Mwah!